Today we're going to make a symmetrical design, like a tie-dye design with markers and spray bottles, but we're also going to do it by dividing a circle into 8 sections, into 8 slices of tie-dye pie. And then we're going to learn about how to measure those degrees with a ring ruler. Okay, we are going to gather up our supplies and make sure we have everything. We need a good sharp pencil, the orange ring ruler, a permanent marker, eraser is always handy. We're gonna need a ruler, white piece of paper, and for later at the very end, we're gonna share like a water bottle, some markers, and a piece of aluminum foil you'll need, but that will come later. So the first thing we're gonna do is that we're going to make a circle on the middle of our paper. We're not gonna do it with just drawing, because I'm not very good at drawing a circle. But we're gonna make a 6-inch inch circle. So we're gonna make sure that we set it and see below it says inches down here. So we're gonna click our ruler into the place where it has a 6 and it's right there. And if you look at the very bottom of your ruler, you'll see a 6 and watch, listen to this. If you hear that noise, that means you locked your ruler in place. Now you can slide it. So if I wanted to make a 5-inch circle, I could. But today it's a 6-inch circle. And I'm going to move it all the way to there, right there. And I'm going to place it on my paper. And the way I'm going to place it on my paper is I'm going to place it with 90 degrees up top. And I mean that because the way this ruler is marked. There's a 360, which is a full circle. There's a 90 up here. There's a 180. Down here is 270. So I'm going to put the 90 at the very top, at the top of my paper, and you'll see why just a little bit. I'm going to place it nicely on there. I'm not going to push hard, just gently place it in on there. Maybe my friend can help me. I don't have a friend here to help me, but I'm going to trace it on there, and I did it nice and softly. Now I can lift it up and see it. Now this whole circle is 360 degrees. See my little circle there? And I need to make it, I need to have 8 parts, like 8 slices of pizza. Can you guys figure out what I need? What is that? 360 divided by 8. Can you figure that one out? This is a good time to pause the video, but I'm also gonna, you ready? I'm gonna say it. I'm sure somebody figured it out. 45, and I'm gonna put my little circle. 45 degrees is gonna be each slice of pizza if I'm going to make it with this one. Now I have a 360 degrees, so I know that's one. That's a full circle. So now what I could do, don't write on your paper. You guys don't need to make it messy like mine. So if I was to take 360 and divide it by 2, I would get 180. And do you know where that mark is? It's right across from 360. It's all the way over here. So if I put my ruler down and I see my 360, which is at the 6-inch mark, I can mark that 6-inch or the 360, and I go across my paper and guess what I'm seeing? That 180, and I can mark that. Okay, so there, if I grab my ruler now, it doesn't matter where I put my ruler, I'm just going to draw a line to those 2. Now I just split my circle in half. So now I know a half a circle is 180 degrees. Do you guys see this, what I just did right now? How I measured this across the way? That circle's 6 inches across right there. Just like a ring ruler. It looked a little weird, right? Because you were like, from 5 inches to 6 inches is a huge gap. That's not a 1 inch, right? But it's different for this. So now I'm going to divide 180 divided by 2 because I want to split it again. What's that? I can give you a hint. If you put your ruler down and you look in the middle, it's right there on the very top. What did we put it on the top? Very good. So I'm going to put my ruler back down, make sure I have it on the line, the 180, the 360 right here is kind of tricky because it's a weird form. And then I'm going to mark my 90. And if I'm going to mark across the way, if I go all the way across, guess what it's at? 270 degrees. Okay, so now I need to split 90 in half, right? And that's going to give me 45. So I can go right here and look for my 45. I see one. If I go 45 again, I get 90 degrees. 45 again, what do I get? Tell me what I get. 135. If I go 45, it's 180. If I go 45 again, 255, 270, which we already marked, and 315. Let's check it. All right, now I almost have 8 slices of pizza, but not really, right? I gotta use my ruler. Do you see how I just lined that up again to these two across? And do you see that distance is 6 inches because I did a 6-inch circle? Now I'm gonna make these two across the way. Cutting my pizza. Oh, I really want this slice of pizza. Now, see, this is okay. It's a little off, but that doesn't, it's because our ring ruler is not exact. Here we go. I just lost my nice pizza. All right, now if I was gonna do this right, I would clean up everything, make sure everything's pretty, right? Ooh, I think my eraser was wet. Ew, do you guys ever do stuff like that? All right, our next thing we're gonna do is that we're gonna make a shape in here, almost like triangles. Now this is a straight line, right? Right here is a straight line. This is not a straight line, it's curved. So I'm gonna start with one dot right here, and I'm gonna go all the way across, and I'm not gonna do a straight line because it's curved up there. This one, am I gonna do straight or curved? I'm gonna go straight down. And do you see how I tried to make this the same distance? Then I'm gonna start from here, and I'm gonna just curve just a little, which is really hard, I'm not gonna lie. And I could use my ruler if I needed to draw that straight line. See, oh, that's much better, right? Then I draw my next line, draw a little curve, put my ruler down again. Oh, look how pretty. Okay, so now I'm not gonna go this way. We're trying to make this symmetrical design, right? Symmetrical means like the same on each. So I'm gonna do it again, make a dot. I'm gonna curve it. I'm gonna stop right before I get to that line, put my ruler against to the line here. I'm gonna go down a little dot. That dot, I don't know why, it just helps me. Then I'm gonna curve it. I'm gonna put my ruler down again. Remember, a ruler goes from this straight line to this one right here. Okay, another dot, and I'm only doing 3 of these. If I could do more if I did them tiny, but I don't have that kind of skill to do the tiny. So I'm curving. That one's a little sloppy. I probably need to turn my paper, huh? And I'm making that line there. Let me turn my paper. I don't think I did that good on that one. Now you make sure like you're not putting that ruler funny, right? Because you got to make sure you're still at the same, making that same distance. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and finish on all of those. And see how I put the dot? And you could go ahead and go around. And then I've noticed that some people do the dot down here too. Like if they're gonna put a dot down here, they put a dot here. So that's the ending. So I'm gonna curve my line. Then see, I'm gonna put it to the dot to the line. Now I could put another dot where I'm gonna end my line and where I'm gonna start it. And then I'm gonna put my ruler on that dot to this line, okay? So I could keep going that way. That one I could just do by hand. I almost wanna go to it, but I'm not going to, see? So I'm gonna put my ruler. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way around. Okay, now that I've done traced everything, I'm gonna go now trace everything with a permanent marker. So that's what actually, this is when I need a ruler because I'm not the best at drawing straight lines. So if I line up my ruler, I can actually do my slices of pizza again and make sure don't mess up there because I am not the best. Now doing the circle is going to be really hard. So sometimes you just got to go slow. This really does help the design if you trace with a permanent marker. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and trace. Like this circle one is so hard. I can't do it all in like one go. I have to like stop because I can't go or I'm gonna go like, it's gotta be messy. It's gonna, I don't know, I'm gonna mess it up. So I kind of do them in sections. See, like this one, now I connect this one. Now I could connect this one. So I'm taking it easy. I'm not going the full circle because I don't think I'll do a very good job. And it's okay if we mess up. See, there's a mess up. And after this, we could go back and erase the pencil marks. Okay, I'm back. And I'm gonna go ahead and clean up all my lines. Make it pretty. Because I did a little bit of a mess sometimes. And I think that's good. Later, I'm gonna cut my paper to cut all my little extra stuff off. So this part's really fun. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get that aluminum paper, and it doesn't matter if it's like wrinkled or not. And this is where you get to do the tie-dye part. And I'm going to do purple in the middle. I'm gonna do some red, and it really doesn't matter what you decide to do. Up to you, and you can go past your design, it doesn't matter. Some pink. I don't know. Maybe I'll do some yellow. See if I can get that in there. It's probably gonna turn it orange, huh? Red and yellow. What about if I sneak some yellow in there? Okay, so now that I've colored my paper, now I'm gonna take my squirt bottle, I'm gonna squirt my paper, get a little damp. I just sprayed it a couple times. I just was. Then I'm going to spray this aluminum foil, and I'm going to place my aluminum foil on top of my design. Oops, a little squirrely. And I'm going to rub it on there. And this is where the tie-dye comes out. Ready? Hopefully I sprayed it enough. Oh, I don't think I sprayed enough. So now what I'm going to do, I'm gonna go, I don't like the way that kind of turned out, so I'm gonna spray a little more water on it. It's like watercolor. And you could color this with markers if you want to. So I'm gonna add more marker to mine because I like more color. I'm gonna lay it down again. A little better. Might need to be really wet. There we go. That's helping it bleed a little more like a tie-dye. Cool. And there's my design, and I'm gonna let it dry, and I'm gonna also cut it out too.